Welcome to Mexico City. Now, those of you who watched the St. Petersburg report will know that one of the main architects of the Russian Revolution, Leon Trotsky, had to come to Mexico City seeking exile from Stalin's Russia. This is the house that he lived in, and this the study where he not only worked so tenaciously, but where Stalin's assassin also finally caught up with him. Have a little wander through the house with me. We've got the dining room here. In the office, I was quite interested to see a book on the bookshelf by Tony Cliff, founder of the Socialist Workers' Party in Britain. But of course, before he lived here, Leon Trotsky lived with the painters Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera. And it's art, or more specifically the relationship between art and society, that I want to talk about for the rest of this report. Now, if you're a struggling artist or musician, you're probably going to take whatever work you're offered. But I think that too many established artists and musicians are too quick to say yes to their work being used by advertising agencies or perhaps by Hollywood films with quite dubious messages. Now, in a sense, there's nothing new about this. Throughout the ages, artists have accepted money from the rich and in return have promoted the public image not only of individual members of the ruling class, but also the agenda and the values of the ruling class to the rest of society. But of course, that's not the only role that art can play in society. I think that more people should follow the example of those artists who have used their work to challenge ruling class ideas, artists who have put points of artistic or political principle before profit. Now, one such example is the epic mural over here, painted by Diego Rivera. It's sometimes called Man at the Crossroads. Now, the mural was commissioned by the super-rich Rockefeller family for the Rockefeller Center in New York City. But they rejected the mural because Rivera was uncompromising about its anti-capitalist message. Let's have a look. On this side, we have capitalism and war. You can see workers going on strike, protesting, banners reading "We want work, not charity." Divided we starve, united we eat. And they're being bashed down by mounted police. And there we see the decadent scenes of the rich, oblivious to the suffering outside. And then in the middle, the man at the crossroads. And over on this side, socialism and peace. Over here we've got Lenin greeting workers from around the world. And here, Trotsky, and to his left, Karl Marx. It's no wonder that the Rockefellers didn't like it. Now, I'm not trying to argue that all art should be explicitly political. For one thing, there are plenty of talented artists who have quite bad political ideas. Nor am I trying to argue that music or art can change the world. On its own, it most certainly can't. But what I do think is that artists and musicians can and should try to contribute to a culture in which we know more about the stories and the thoughts and the feelings of ordinary people, a culture in which we're more likely to think critically and to question the ideas and the assumptions that are peddled in the mainstream media and that we've inherited. Now, we've got to jump on a plane to Sao Paulo soon, but before I go, let me say this. If you're interested in this discussion about art and society, then let me shamelessly plug to you a short essay that I wrote for the Arts Foundation Metal. I think you can still find it online at metalculture.com/thinking. If you've got a chance, give it a read and let me know what you think, because this is a subject that I want to talk and write more about. So your contribution to that discussion would be very welcome indeed. I'll see you soon.